Stacey Charlton wants to know if she can get some help connecting with her loved one who has passed, David McGill. Thought we'd use these mediumship cards here for this one, and we'll give it a go. We'll call David McGill and ask him to join us. So we'll just get the cards. Each card has a pre-written sentence on it, so that when we shuffle the cards, David's spirit will manipulate them and then put them in some sort of order. I suppose you could call them a bit like a phrase book from the other side, couldn't you? So what we'll do is, as we shuffle, we'll just simply say, Spirit of David McGill, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, David McGill, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of David McGill, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, David McGill, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of David McGill, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, David McGill, through these cards and move among us. Blessed be to David McGill and all absent friends. We'll just pop the cards here, just move them over here just to the side there, just where you can see them, hopefully. Can you see them there? And now we'll deal out, normally I deal out initially 3 cards. The first card, I suppose, it's a bit like beginning, middle and end of statement. That's how I tend to view it. So this will be the first card. Before, of course, we draw that card, before we flip it, given that it's a message from David McGill there, I just want to thank you, David McGill, for joining us. I want just to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your energy, and I want to thank you for your love, for the message that you have brought for your loved one there. And let's now see what Stacey has got here, and what message you've got for Stacey. So what we'll do, I'll just get the card here, and I'll just, I nearly forgot your name there, Stacey, I just have to check it. I think I've got something coming, hopefully not. But let's just get the card here, and we'll just flip it over nice and slowly, not to disturb the energy. And notice here, well, it's interesting you mentioned loved ones, isn't it? Because he's saying that I was met by loving people. I was met by lots of loving people, or by many loving people, as it says on there. Look, and it's just with you saying your loved one, and it says that. It's just strange that should come up, but he just wants you to know that, really, that that's what it's about. And I suppose maybe that's other family members as well, isn't it? That he can help you with there, just to let you know that that all seems to be okay anyway, doesn't it, David there? So that's nice, isn't it? Just to know that that we're on a good footing there, I suppose you could say. Let's just pull another card off, and let's just see what else he's got to say to you there, Stacey. Let's just flip the card nice and slowly, out of respect for Spirit, out of respect for David there, and we'll just see what the message is on that. Just says there's no such thing as death, Stacey. That's what I want to tell you. He wants to just say this. I was met by lots of love. I was met by many loving people, and it's because it's as if you're saying, it's as if you want to put like a because card there, don't you? You're like saying it's because I was met by so many loving people, and it's because there's no such thing as death. That's why. Because if they were dead, I wouldn't meet them, would I? I wouldn't. There was a welcoming committee. As you could say, and that's nice, isn't it? Maybe he mentioned when he was alive that he'll go back to your loved ones, and or it was mentioned in some way. Let's just flip the next card to see what else. This is an interesting one. You are never alone. That's it. If you just see that there. You are never alone. I always tend to focus on that lighthouse there. I don't know if you can just see that there. And I always tend to think of that in the sense of you might not see the lighthouse very clearly, but nevertheless, in the fog, when things are not or when things are not clear, nevertheless you can see its light, can't you? You can see the light shining from it. And it's that you know it's there, even though you can't see it itself, if you get what I mean. You can see the light that comes from it, and it's a bit like that, isn't it? In the sense, what David's saying here. I was met by many loving people, although you can't see them. I can. I'm with them. I was met by them, and although you might not think it, no, there is no such thing as death, and that's why you'll never be alone, because for as much as I'm with them, exactly as if you're saying, for as much as I'm with them, and I was met by them, because there's no such thing as death. In the two senses, I was met by loving people because there's no such thing as death. And in the same way, because there's no such thing as death, I can be watching over you. I can be with you. Interesting that, isn't it? Why am I focusing on the sunset here? This as if although you may feel as though the sun is going down on things. I don't know if that's a phrase you may have said. It's as if the sun's just gone down on us and he isn't there anymore or something. I don't know. It's something similar to that anyway. Because David wouldn't maybe using these cards word for word, but you have to sort of paraphrase them a bit, don't you? Maybe he would just say it differently. But that seems to be you wanting to know if he's okay. He's okay. He's with others. He was met by them. There was a welcoming committee, as you'd say, and there's no such thing as death. And he's with you, so he's okay, isn't he? And you are okay as well because of it. So with that, we'll gather David's cards together, and I want to thank you, David, for joining us and for the message. For a bit of clarification maybe as well for Stacey. We'll just place David's card there, and then I'll just get the rest of the deck, and as we place the rest of the deck on and lay David back to rest, we just simply say love is the law, love is the bond, merry did we meet, merry do we now part, and David McGill, merry may we meet again. And we just place the rest of the deck on top, like so, just neaten them up there, and then we just simply say blessed be again to David McGill and all absent friends.